Happy fall, sweet friends. Welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life. And today's video is a part of a playlist, the Hello Fall playlist, that's hosted by Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY and Krista at Krista's Crafty Life. I will have the link to the playlist and the host videos in my description box. If you could go ahead and click on the link to continue watching all of the lovely crafters videos, I would greatly appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and get started with today's DIY. I have 3 unique pumpkin DIYs for you all today, so let's get started. For this DIY, I have this pumpkin. It came in my Michael's grab box that I purchased last year, I believe in like the end of October, the beginning of November. And so I actually just opened the grab box this week. And so this is one of the pumpkins that was in the grab box. So I'm going to start off by adding some of the Midnight Blue paint, and I'm going to mix it with some of the Dollar Tree black chalk paint. I'm leaning more into the darker navy blue for some of my decor, but the accent color in my home is navy blue. I just want to have a couple more navy blue pumpkins. I also have a dolly from, I want to say, Dollar General. I believe they're from Dollar General. I believe they were $2 for $1 when I purchased those. I've had them for a couple of years now. So I am going to go ahead and start to give my pumpkin a coat of the paint mixture that I created. I'm actually going to end up giving it 3 coats of paint. And then once it's completely dry, this is what it looks like. I absolutely love it. It matches, it actually matches my vase that I have next to my fireplace. And that's where I plan on putting it. And so then I took the dolly, folded it in half, and then just cut a little slit in it just so that it could lay just over the peduncle. And then I'm going to use some of the fabric Mod Podge to attach the dolly to my pumpkin. And this is what it looks like after the dolly is placed onto the pumpkin. I absolutely love it. And then what I actually ended up doing was I took just a small piece of the lace ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I wrapped it around the top of the peduncle just to cover up where I cut the dolly, just to cover the phrase up. And just to make it look a little bit more nicer and neater and cleaner. And that is going to be it for this DIY. I absolutely love the way that it turned out, so you'll have to let me know what you think. I actually also did cut the dolly a little bit just to lay it flat, so because it was a little bit larger than my pumpkin. But yeah, let me know what you think about this DIY. For this DIY, I have some blue push pans from Dollar Tree. I have another pumpkin that came in my grab box from Michael's. I have the night sky chalk paint. I have some Mod Podge, and then I have some scrap fabric. The fabric is actually from a bed skirt that I picked up at the thrift store for $5. I can't remember how long ago. I think it was like last year sometime. And I decided I was going to use some of it to create this DIY because I really wanted to use fabric on all of my DIYs for today for all of my pumpkins. And I kind of just want to use it in different ways. And so I'm going to start off by giving the pumpkin, I gave it 2 coats of the night sky paint. I absolutely love this color. It's so pretty. And then here I had just cut out a small square of that fabric. And I believe it's the one with the lamb on it, if I'm not mistaken. And then I'm going to just like fray the edges of the fabric. And then I'm going to take my fabric Mod Podge and I'm just going to give the back of the fabric a coat of the fabric Mod Podge. And I'm going to place it onto my pumpkin. And then after that, I am going to use those push pins and I'm going to place a push pin in each corner of my fabric. I also painted the push pins with the same night sky paint. And then after it dried and I was looking at it, I just kind of felt like it needed something else. So then I ended up using some of the Dollar Tree lace ribbon and just adding a little bow to it. And that is going to be it for this DIY. I absolutely love the way that this turned out. I actually also made a pumpkin pillow to decorate with alongside of this pumpkin. I think it is so stinking cute. So you'll have to let me know what you think. I also went back here. I am adding some of the vintage distress oxide in between the little creases of the pumpkin, and that is going to be it for this DIY. I absolutely love the way that it turned out. So you'll have to let me know what you think about this DIY. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Tawanda and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life, and on my channel I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. I also do sister walk updates and lifestyle updates. So if that is something that you're interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to join my YouTube family. I would greatly appreciate it. We are moving on to our last and final DIY for today. I have another pumpkin out of my grab box from Michael's, this pink one. I have some Mod Podge, fabric Mod Podge. I will be using the cottage white paint piece of fabric. I have a pick there, and then I also have my little container with all of my little scarecrows in it. Those all came from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to start off by just cutting out a square inside of my pumpkin. So I'm going to get that square cut out, and then I am going to paint the pumpkin and also the piece of the section of the pumpkin that I cut. I'm going to go ahead and give that a coat of paint, and I'm going to give a pumpkin 2 coats of paint. And then when it's completely dry, I am going to go ahead and start to assemble my pumpkin. So here I am going ahead and I went ahead and painted everything. So the first thing we're going to do is take my fabric. I believe that fabric came from Hobby Lobby like 3 years ago. So I decorate the outside of my home and my kitchen and my dining room with scarecrows for fall. So this will be something that I will be decorating or using in my kitchen or in my dining room. So I'm going to give the fabric a coat of the fabric Mod Podge, and then I'm going to attach it to that section of the pumpkin that I cut. And then once it's completely dry, or not completely dry, but halfway dry, and I'm going to go ahead and just use the blow dryer just to kind of speed it up some, because my goal was to have all of my fall and Halloween DIYs completed by the end of the week, which I did, thank God, so that I could kind of focus on some projects that we're doing around our home. But I still want to be able to get content out. So all of my DIYs are done for like the next month and a half. So I'm so happy about that. But this is what it looks like after it's complete halfway dry. I used a blow dryer to kind of speed it up some, like I was saying. And then I am going to use some hot glue and glue that piece to the back of the pumpkin. And I love the way that it looks. It looks like a little TV. But anyway, so I am going to go ahead and start to add or embellish the inside of my pumpkin, I'm going to use this little welcome flower or sunflower, and I'm going to add 2 of my little scarecrows. I'm also going to add this little squirrel, and I believe I added a little red truck. I think I'm going to say everything came from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. And then once that's complete, I'm also going to take the vintage distress oxide and also just add it to the creases of my pumpkin. And I also have a little scarecrow hat that I'm going to add to the top of the pumpkin. And that is going to be it for this DIY. I absolutely love the way that all of these turned out. I don't have a favorite. They're all my favorite. I also hot glued half beads to the scarecrows to give them some height. And then once that was done, I went back and I added some moss, and then I put a little tea light in there, but my intention is to add some fairy lights. I have a box of fairy lights somewhere in my craft room. I haven't found them yet, but once I find them, I'm going to go ahead and add those to my pumpkin. And that is going to be it for today's video. Please go ahead and click on the link to continue watching the playlist, to watch all of the Lovely Crafters videos. And if you like what I'm doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it. And I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you on Sunday. Goodbye.